never mind your liver, get to Gino spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino shot.
Get to Gino spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino spot.
Gino spot.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Gino Spot. It is Wednesday. I know it's Wednesday, and we don't normally do Wednesdays, but we have for the last 2 weeks, which is a bit weird, but that's okay. We'll probably be back to Thursdays again. I quite like the Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then we rebroadcast, of course, on Saturdays, because Gino Spot is always on a Tuesday and always on a Saturday, and come rain, shine, sun, hail, sleet, or snow, or whatever. We'll do it, and you know, it's been amazing. I think we've done over 200 and something shows now. It's been completely insane. Actually, I would never ever thought I'd be doing an online show so many times, so over and over again. It's quite relentless, and hopefully it's relentless in your very own home. Yes. So welcome to Gino Spot, and thank you to our sponsors, of course, Fitch and Leeds. Fitch and Leeds, Gary DeBrain and the guys have been absolutely marvelous over this period. They've and it seems to be going forward. It seems to be working for all of us, and it's wonderful. And also Spa. And Stapes and the guys from Spa have been absolutely fantastic, and Rosie, and we've developed such a nice relationship with them as well over the years. In fact, we've done over 20 years now. It's been crazy. And of course, Amobia, Nicola, and all the guys at Amobia, they've always been so good about helping us out with our internet. They've been fantastic. In fact, we phone them, and then it's like on to whatever the problem is, because internet is never an easy ride. Doesn't matter who you with and who you go to, it's never an easy ride. But with the Mobia, at least it makes it more comfortable indeed. And of course, Fat Cats. Thank you to Fat Cats for jumping on board. Look at that, we got like triangles and things going on, pyramids. If we put a razor underneath these, then they get sharp, you know. All right, so thank you to Grace from Fat Cats for organizing our food. It's been wonderful. Brendan Kelly, lovely to have you. You know, Brendan, we've got to have you on the show at some stage. I know I've said it before. We've got to have you on at some time, because Brendan's got a whole bunch of interests that he does, and quite an entrepreneur indeed. And looking forward to another brilliant interview. I hope so too, because we got Glen Webster on tonight. Glen Webster, who is now residing in Johannesburg. He's doing a bit of music up there. So, but of course, Glen will always be part of the furniture down here in Gleberga, indeed. So we're going to find out what he's been doing and what he's been up to this past little while. So give me some comments, guys. Tell me where you're watching from. Write some comments. Give me, are you just watching this on the screen, or are you just watching me like this? Type something. Give me a message. Yeah, me message. Send me a message, and let's see. Let's see where you're watching from and what you're drinking. I've got a little bit of Fitch and Leeds. Yes, you know, Fitch and Leeds, along with the Spartacus. We got Keith. Keith, thank you so much for the Spartacus gin. We've really liked this. It makes us feel like gladiators when we're done with it. Gary and I are drinking enough of this, and we fight each other in the studio. That's good stuff. It's great. We'll end up, you know, have 2 bottles of that, and you end up with a bit of fisticuffs. Jan van Tonda, how's it, man? And tell me where you're watching from. Tell me what you're drinking. Come on, give me something to do. And we're going to start off with a little song. I'll sing your comments for you. I'll sing your comments. Bring them in, and let me do it. There we go. A little bit of Beatles. I thought I'd wear my Beatles outfit tonight as well. I've got a couple of Beatles outfits. All right, here we go. Let's say a song by Ringo, I think. Miami Beach, the UAC. Didn't get to bed last night. All the way the paperback was all I need. Candace Johnson, she's alright. I'm back in the USSR. I'm from the Josie XP, of course. Back in the USSR. Been away so long I never knew the place. Jose Pereira is here. Cam de Boo and mango juice, that's what you're drinking. Better put some gin in place. I'm back in the USSR. You don't know how lucky you are, boy. Back in the USSR. Alan Carter, Alan Carter has it again. All the way from the UK, Stuart Potter has been somewhere with the whiskey. And watching you cheese, no. Oh yeah, Wendy Tompkins is there. Oh, nice to have you on board as well. One of our regulars indeed, Wendy, we love you. Hello, and thank you for the sponsors who've enabled us to see you since the very first lockdown. You down back in the USSR. Candace Johnson, you are boy. Back in the USSR. Alan Carter. He says hi to Stuart. They must know each other. I like it when you talk around the comments on your mind. That must be married to Ashley. Tell him I say how's it, haven't seen him a long time. Tanya Bona, Gino, I'm back in the USSR. You're how happy you are, boy. Back in the USSR. Alright. I'm back in the USSR. I'm back in the All right, welcome to Gino Spot, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic to have you all aboard tonight. We've got a little bunch of people on, and it's fantastic. You know what? It's a local vibe. It's Eastern Cape. Anybody with a tie to the Eastern Cape? I always get my guests are all got something to do with the Eastern Cape, whether they're coming to do a show here, or whether they are part of the fibre, or whether they grew up here, or whether they grew up in Queenstown, or whether they grew up in East London, or in Stutterheim, or anywhere in the Eastern Cape, because we love the Eastern Cape. And I believe that this area, this whole session is going to do so well. It's got so much potential. Tanya Bon, I'm a diehard fan for Glen Webster. Excellent. There are lots of diehard fans for Glen Webster, indeed. And we're going to chat to him. Yes. Hi, Alan. He says they're talking to each other. Oh, nice that you met each other. Oh, it's been so long since we chatted. Good for you guys. Oh, I miss you all, indeed. It's been such a road, this whole lockdown story from the very beginning, and Wendy, of course, was part of the center stage bunch. She always did our tickets, and we've had no shows because there's just been never enough people allowed into a venue. So we will get there. We will get back again. We will do it again, maybe, because we can't do without doing shows. It's made in our makeup. We have to make a plan. All right, I've got a little bit of an advert for Fitch and Leeds, of course, one of our sponsors, indeed, Fitch and Leeds. Let's see what Justin has to say about that. Mixers, the mixer.
When the sun goes down and you need a little tipple, Fitch and Leeds have got a flavor for the people.
Hey guys, welcome back to Magical Mixologist. I thought with our plummeting economy that I should make something that will help just with a little bit of stress relief for all of us. So today I'm going to take our plum-infused syrup, toss half a shot glass of that over there. We're going to, as you can see, the slices of plum in the fresh thyme are already in the glass. We're going to take our shot of gin, swang it right over there, and of course our Fitch and Leeds grapefruit tonic. Oh, that was nice. That was a good one. Felt nice. Alright, so we're going to top up. And of course, stir it. Cheers. Plummeting me straight out of depression. Cheers, guys.
Fitch and Leeds have got a mixer that'll fix you on the table. Fitch and Leeds, the bespoke mixer for the discerning individual.
There ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. There ain't no sunshine when it's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, I wondered this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's gonna stay. Ain't no sunshine when it's gone. The this house just ain't no home. Every time that she goes away, and I know, no, 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 I know, no. Yes, I ought to leave it young there alone. 'Cause ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
All right, and that's it.
There we are.
And when she's gone. How's it, Glenn?
Hey,
Lovely
good on
to
you,
see you,
Gino.
man.
Yeah, good to see you again, mate. How are you doing?
I'm all good. I've got a bit of ginned up a little bit. It's very nice. Have you got something to drink? Cheers.
Yeah.
Excellent. A little bit of red
Damn
wine.
straight. Ching ching, mate.
Lovely. Ching ching to you. You're looking good, man. You're looking like a little bit of sunburners there as well. Have you been out in the sun in the Joburg beach?
Yeah, no, it's actually a bit of
Wave
bar
machine.
rash. It's a bit of bar rash, actually. Ching ching. Wouldn't be appropriate without a tequila. You see what I'm talking about?
We couldn't have you without tequila. There we go. And I see your guitars hanging up nicely in the background. Good. The theme is in.
Yeah,
The
I've been working
musical
on a couple of
theme.
things here. Been working
Oh,
on a couple of
nice,
things
nice.
in the last few days. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah, no,
Okay.
all good.
Tell me, have you been? I mean, gigs-wise, obviously, has been a flippant disaster for the last 2 years. But I mean, how have you kind of got around it? What have you been doing?
Well, obviously a lot of people know that I've been doing the online. Well, I did the online shows with the initial lockdown.
Yes.
That's fizzled out over the last few months, which is a bonus for all of us musos.
Yes. Because they tough.
And I'm-
It's tough, eh?
Are you guys doing shows yet, by the way? Center stage.
No, not yet. We're not doing public shows yet, but we
Ah.
will. We'll get in. We'll get into it. It's just that the numbers aren't with the numbers. It's just
Yeah, no,
always
I get you.
a nightmare. And so,
No, I get you.
we will. We will. We're doing the corporates are coming back a bit. So I've been doing quite a few corporates. But
Oh, awesome.
you know, or at least they can keep the numbers down and stuff. And I suppose it's the same for you.
Yeah, I've been lucky in the last couple of months actually that the gigs have been coming back nicely, and you know weekends are kind of filled up, so can't complain. But December's on its way, and we don't know what Mr. Ramaphosa is going to be saying soon. So let's just keep fingers crossed
we
that
just hope
everything
so.
works out. Eh?
For sure. I hope that the sound is okay. I see Stuart Portuguese is saying it's sounding a bit soft and fuzzy. I don't know who's... To give us a bit more detail there, Stuart. I hope
hey,
it's
I've
sounding
been-
okay.
I've been called worse. Don't worry.
Soft and fuzzy.
Yeah,
That's a triple, my favorite, says Tanya. There we go.
triple.
Yeah, no, boss.
It's actually not. It's like a tot and a bit. It's not a triple.
Oh, it's a tot and a bit. It's a little extra glass, a Webster glass.
Yeah, that's my type of glass, man.
Oh, lovely! And I see we've got some people coming online here. You check the comments come on here, so you can check them out. Anita Baldwin says, "How's it, Glenn?"
How's
Who's
it, Anita?
Anita?
How are you doing, darling? Long time.
And I see Craig Gilchrist. We need to know about the push-ups. Yeah, tell us. This is a new thing you've been doing as well. Eh?
yeah.
You've lost a bit of weight. I can even in your face, I can see it.
Yeah, it was my 50th earlier this year, and it was a bit of a surprise party. And anyway, you know what happens when people take photographs all over the place and then just post them willy-nilly on Facebook, and you see these, these bloody side profiles you don't enjoy.
Yeah.
And I decided, screw that now, time to make a change. So yeah, I've lost a little bit. I'm down about 18 kilos, but all good. The push-ups, Mr. Gilchrist.
Yes.
I'm challenging.
Tell us about
Well, I've put out a challenge to my brother, Ryan Webster, or
right.
Chopper, as you know, because when I'm
Okay,
down in
yes,
PE, later this month,
Excellent.
I've challenged him to 500 push-ups in half an hour. I managed it yesterday for the first time, actually.
Holy crap! Did you have
So-
any help? Did you have a block and tackle or something?
No, I had an ambulance waiting outside. Just in case.
My word, that is hectic. So you've been really back to the fitness, eh?
Yeah, you know, just change your life around a little bit, and when you
Yeah.
feel good, who knows, things go
Yeah,
good.
and it's true. When you are fit and you're feeling good, I mean, I try and run. Like, I try and run like as many times a week as I can. I sometimes can't because I prefer to run in the evening. I don't know about you about early mornings, but I don't know. Musos don't really like early mornings.
Well, I've actually changed my biological clock a little bit because I get up at 5:30. Yeah, I get up at 5:30. Every morning, 5:30, I get up, and most mornings I meet a mate of mine about 3.5 k's away from here, and we do a walk from there. But I do anything between sort of 55 and 70 k's of power walking every week, but only during the week.
Wow.
Saturday, Sunday,
Okay,
That's
no,
recovery
that's
time.
far. So I mean, when you walk, you're walking about 7 or 8 k's or 10 k's even.
No, well, I'm doing probably averaging about 14, 15 k's a day.
Okay, so in the morning and in the evening or what?
No, just in the morning.
Or just really just going? Oh, you're just going. Okay, so like wherever you walk, like you take the whole day story on the watches. Trying that story.
When I get up in the morning, it's on the road, and then I start my day. Simple.
Okay, so it's on
And-
going.
Yeah, no, it works. So you disappeared there for a second.
Yes, no. Gary puts you on when Gary feels that I'm looking a bit boring, then he'll put you full screen so that everybody can see your nice mug.
Cheapest. Really.
It's camera angles and stuff.
There's absolutely nothing nice about this mug. Other than it's still on my shoulders, which I'm happy about.
There's a but you're so right. You went on a factor that when you fit and you exercising at least, you feel so much better, and you have to force yourself to do those exercises. It's not like it doesn't just sort of come.
Yeah, it was all awe-inspiring. Well, not awe-inspiring, but inspiring for me when I started the whole process, which was about 6 months ago. And it's great when you get to your goal, but then, geez, tell you what. I said, geez, I wasn't blaspheming.
Jeez, no, geez.
Yeah. The maintenance part of that is the difficult part. That's the difficult part, is the maintenance.
Yeah, keep it going. Be consistent about it. Eh?
It's like getting divorced. The maintenance is always the hard part.
Are you speaking from a thing? Yeah, you're speaking from
hell yes.
experience. Yeah.
Indeed, I am.
Oh, Glenn.
Yeah.
But so I'm glad to see that because especially in these times now, it clears your mind, as well. I mean, I'm sure when you walk as well, you're getting blood to the brain. It starts to, you get ideas. You work out your life.
Yeah, it clears your mind of whatever's going on in your mind, if it's good or bad. Well, you don't want to clear the good things, but the bad things, you kind of don't think of them for that time,
Yeah,
And
that's true.
So, no, it's all good. All you're concentrating on is not pulling a muscle or dying of a heart attack, really, actually, especially at my age.
I find it's almost like a therapeutic, or it's like a meditation. If I'm running or if I'm walking, then and you just you think about all these things, and you can solve problems as well.
You can, and avoid some as well.
Yes. Sure.
They're solving and avoiding problems. So yeah, you got the best of both worlds, and when it comes to that, no, but it really is. It's good, and also just to have the cardio as a vocalist. I won't consider myself a guitarist, but as a vocalist, it certainly helps to have that extra, a little bit of air in your lungs when you're trying to belt out a line. It makes a big difference too.
It does. The cardio. It's true. And what have you been doing? When lockdown happened, I know it was a shock for all of us. But I mean, what did you do, and what was your first thought when this whole thing happened?
Well, to be honest, in the beginning, I think it happened sort of just after Halloween in March last year, and I'd done a gig at Molly Malone's, I think that Friday, or Halloween gig, or Friday or Saturday, whatever it was, and it wasn't 2 days later and we were locked down, and I had no idea what to do. All of a sudden, all your income's cut off. I've got a small little business on the side, which was, because of political reasons, wasn't able to operate either. So it was all of a sudden, all your income comes to an end. And I know you know exactly what it feels like.
Yeah.
And every other muso and entertainer out there, and sound hour company and events organizer and blah, 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 and the list goes on. Yeah, and then I think it was Wayne Callis actually that I saw doing an
Yes.
online show, and
Yes.
and then a friend of mine, Candace Johnson, actually said to me, "Why the hell aren't you doing this?" So I said,
Yeah.
shit, I don't know. You know, how do you create a personality when you're staring into a bloody laptop? You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
you've done it now for almost, well, close on 2 years now, and you're doing
years,
an
yeah.
absolutely phenomenal job, by the way. Just let you know.
Thank you. Yes.
And yeah, so eventually I tried it out, and there was a lot of issues with trying to get sound right and how to get it all working, and got it right eventually. And yeah, well, the rest is history. I mean, you know, I was very blessed with many sponsors, with some
Yes.
really good prizes, so that I could put that up for grabs, and people would make donations, and that actually got me through lockdown. If I'm honest.
And it gets them in. It gets the guys in, you know, as well. Everything,
Yeah.
every little bit helps, you know. And like you said, that freaking streaming is just a nightmare. It's just like there's so many things that go wrong, you know. I don't know.
I know.
mean, you do a whole show and you got no sound, but you don't realize it, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was lucky that because I've got a few avid supporters that would watch me, and you know, within half a song they tell me your sound is cuck, or we can't hear you, or it's breaking up, or it's this. Because those are all the things that we've gone through. I mean, you know yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's crazy.
It was all good. It was all good. But yeah, I was very lucky, as I say, with the sponsors that I got, and there were numerous of those, and they offered up like serious prizes, 8, 9, 10,000 rands worth of prizes. In some
Jeez, man.
cases, even more than that. So you know, obviously people entered the draws that I put up when I put up the prizes for offer. So that generated an income for me. So to all of you guys out there that were part of that, whether you sponsored a prize or whether you bought a ticket to a prize, I'm eternally
it's
thankful.
really it's so good that the guys really stepped up and helped, and they realized at that time, I think when everything was really locked down, that the musos just had nothing, and so they really did come on board. I mean, I even experienced it myself. It was fantastic, and I didn't know what the hell I was actually doing, and I think it must be the same for everybody.
Listen, I've been watching your show from the beginning, and I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever met anybody as whacked as you. But that's all. But that's what makes the whole show. That's what makes the
think
whole show.
I think it does. It does help. It does help. And then
It does.
and let's go back into your history a bit, Glenn. I mean, are you PE born and bred?
Well, I grew up in PE.
Okay.
Born in Cape Town. When I was a
Oh,
year
Cape
old,
Town.
Cape Town.
Okay. Cape Town.
Tigerberg Hospital, actually.
Oh wow.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to stay there, but when I was 1, my parents decided they wanted to go to PE, so I kind of didn't have a choice.
You couldn't argue back because you didn't know the words to use.
I tried hard. I think I might have shat in the car a couple of times, but it didn't help.
Yes, it didn't help. That's funny.
No, they just said, you're staying, you're coming with us. But anyway,
Okay.
so
Okay.
I grew up pretty much in PE's my hometown.
Yeah.
Forget
Yeah.
where I was born. There was just a hospital in the town,
It's
the city.
hospital, yeah.
But PE's my place.
Oh, let's just have a look at some of these comments. There's a whole bunch of them coming in here. Gary's got the comment. Haley Parker says, "How's it to you?"
Hello,
I
Haley,
don't
all
know.
the way from the UK.
Oh, the UK. Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the weather like in the UK? I see there, Carol Strauss, Glenn and Gino from
Hello, Carol.
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 She's obviously had a gin already.
I must say, Carol is such a special person, and her husband as much. I mean, you know Dirk Strauss.
Yeah. Yes,
time
yes, I do.
Every time I come down to PE, well, I have been down to PE in the years past, Dirk has always just been so giving and loaned me his equipment to use and for gigs.
what a
whatever I've
legend.
done. No, good people.
That's
Strausses,
good.
love you
Sherry-
guys, man.
Sherry Howes and Nats Miller saying, "How's it there?" And Sherry Howes.
Hello, Cherie.
Oh,
And that's.
Cherie. Sorry, it's Cherie.
Or well, if you read it in Afrikaans, it's actually Cherry.
Cherry, that's Cherry, Mos.
Ah.
No, but I know Cherie. I know Cherie as well. She was involved in the school as well a bit with Philippa. Candace Johnson saying, "I've seen the Webster during each lap, and it's not pretty." This is they're talking about your laps. So
That's right. It's
and
not
your.
pretty.
I see Cherie saying, "Well done on the lifestyle change," because I mean that it is a big thing, eh? It's a big thing, bro.
Yeah, you know what? It's difficult to get into, but once you're into it, it's not that difficult after that.
Yeah. And I see. Is it Neil? Is Neil your? Is that
That's
your
my dad. That's my
Is
dad.
your dad? Okay.
Yeah, how's it,
I can see him
Bullet?
saying hello, all.
We call him Bullet. Hello, Bullet. How you doing?
Bullet Webster.
That's exactly it.
And Beverly, is that your? Who's
That's my mother.
Beverly, is that your mom? They're on this
That's my
on
mum.
different. They're on different things, devices. I see.
Well, they have been divorced since I was about 15 or 16 years old. So most likely it should be that way, actually.
Oh right, okay. See,
But they
Beverly
love
and
each other,
James-
and I love him.
Oh man, and I see they're talking to each other on the comments as well. There as well. Gary's just fiddling with the sound there. He's getting the
I
sound
can
up. Oh, there we go. Because we got these mics as well as this mic as well. I don't know
I
which mic
can
works better.
I can hear there's a tiny bit of echo coming through, but not echo, just a little bit of delay.
Oh, okay. A little bit of delay. All right. Now I don't know why that delay is there. But anyway, you never know. With streaming, anything can go wrong. So let us know in the comments if you can't hear something or if something's gone haywire. You never know. I see Andre Petzer as well is there as well saying, how's it? He said,
Andre-
love you, my boy.
Andre actually sent me a message yesterday and said to me, I must say, he thought I was in PE, and he said, I must say, how's it to Gino?
Oh, excellent. I'm there.
So there you go.
You can do it. I love you, my boy. Also, what's up? Oh, that's Beverly. Beverly saying, what's up? What's up to you, Bev?
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
And
Wendy
Wendy Swaddle,
Swaddle.
she's out at Tsitsi Cobaway, if I'm not mistaken. Walking is super beneficial in so many ways.
Well, I thought so too, but now I've got aches and pains.
Yeah, hey, once you hit 50, then the aches and pains, they take longer to go away.
And so quick to get there too.
I know. Exercise is brilliant. Super proud of you, says Sharon from Papa
Hello,
John.
Auntie Sharon. How are you?
Auntie Sharon.
Nice to see you. It's just she's my ex-aunt actually. She used to be married to my uncle. We'll get into that part, or my uncle part later on. But yeah, she used to be married.
Yeah.
She's my ex-auntie-in-law. No.
Oh, ex.
Whatever they call it.
Yes, auntie-in-law.
Something like that. Yeah, I think
yeah.
it is that.
Yeah.
I think it is that.
Now we get there. There we go. Someone saying hello to your dad, Andre van Rooyen. What is that? You, Chopper?
Yeah, it is Andre van Rooyen, and I know it is him.
Yes.
Him and I play golf together quite frequently, but we haven't for
Oh,
a
do
while
you?
because we do actually. It's
Andre's
good to hook up with
doing
the old
nicely.
boys. Except for his
Yes.
back. His back's a bit on a bit of a tilt at the moment, and I was just swatting away a moth. But Andre, how's it, my bud? Good to see you.
Yeah, you know what? You know why his back's buggers? Because he carries drums all his bloody life. That's why he's doing
Well, exactly, and he probably has to carry the bass bins as well. and
Anita Baldwin
Gino,
says it's... Yeah?
Gino, you as a drummer will know all about that.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. I wish I played the flute sometimes. Because it's just a little easier. Just a little easier to carry. Anita Baldwin says it's freezing in the UK. Well, get yourself warm, Anita. Get yourself a drink, and sit down, and we're having a chat here with Glenn.
Yeah,
Great
I
to
agree
hear
with
you,
that.
Chips. Says Beverly.
Absolutely.
And,
But I think
okay.
that the best instrument to take to a gig is the upright organ.
You know. Yeah, you and your pub jokes are going to come out tonight, I see, yes. Debbie Carrera says that the show is good so far.
Hello, Debbie.
I think she's so far so good, Debbie. We'll see how we go. It gets any worse from here onwards.
No, I'll keep it clean, I promise you I will. I'll keep it clean.
And I see Anita Baldwin we're really having a proper winter this year. That's right. And Haley Parker's over there in England, and it's I think it is like a hectic over there. And Italy as well. My cousin's been sending me things of snow going down there big time. So Tracy Lee could see us. Says, "How's it, my couscous or couscous?"
Looking forward to your show in December. Oh, Tracy.
Okay.
So good to hear from you. And yes, I'm looking forward to seeing you. I haven't seen you in ages. That's going to be great.
We've got some gigs coming, we hope.
Well, the one on the 23rd, which you know about.
Oh yes. Yes.
Tracy is, well, not actually my cousin, but we
Yes.
kind of grew up together. Her dad is my godfather, and Anthony Muna,
Okay.
by the way. I'm sure a lot
Oh,
of you
Anthony,
guys know Anthony
yes.
Muna. He's my godfather.
Absolutely.
And
He
Tracy's
was
his
at
daughter.
Maritime Motors, I think, originally.
Quite correct.
Yes.
And yeah, anyway, so he's my godfather, and Tracy's his daughter. So we've known each other since we were pretty much, well, from
Okay.
early years. And I know Tracy lives in Durban, and she's going to be down in PE when I'm playing at, well, that place.
Old
on
Grey.
the 23rd. Yes, Old Grey.
El Grey, we're doing it.
Looking forward to
Old
that
Grey.
one.
Is it open to anybody, or is it a special thing for her?
No,
You don't know
it's open to everybody.
Secret.
And it's special
right.
to everyone. It's special to everyone.
Excellent. I'm liking that.
I can't wait, actually.
And I see Anita says, yes, she's not liking the bad weather. That's that's about it. There we go. Stuart Portkitter says we're good to go. And Quibber Smith says, you go, Glenn. And I see
How's it, Quibbers?
Beverly Webster's ahead of you. She's saying that the best one to have is the mouth organ.
Well, you still need something to put a mouth organ in.
Yeah, it's true. Chopper time to power walk or to run.
No, I can't. No, running's not for me. Running's not for me.
To up it. You haven't
Yeah,
tried
no,
it yet,
no.
man. I tell you what.
No, I have. I used to do it back in the day, but my knees are
Okay.
kind of kissed, actually. But
Right.
I when people ask me why don't I run instead of walking, I say, well, if you're running, it looks like you guilty of something. If you're walking, just looks like you're in a hurry.
It wouldn't be
Which
out of
is-
the ordinary for you to be guilty of something, Glenn. It's always something. Warren
Yeah,
Povey
it's-
saying, how's it, Glenn?
How's it, Warren? Hey, brother.
The original
good
anchor
times.
and Zidane.
Oh
Zidane.
shit! The
what
Super
is that?
Sports. Keep pushing push-ups. Yeah, no. I'll tell you
Right.
what, Warren. Definitely, brother. Push-ups tomorrow morning. I skip every day,
Yeah.
every second day.
Every second day. Okay,
Tomorrow,
so
yeah, every second day. Give the muscles chance to recover.
the anchor. So you used to play at the anchor?
I did, yeah.
I
I got some-
see Caroline Morgan saying she misses your gigs at the anchor a lifetime ago.
Yeah, it was actually. It feels like it. If I look at pictures of me back then, okay, I was a little bit chunkier, but yeah, didn't have as many wrinkles.
But were you a sportsman? I mean, you've always been in sport?
Gino, to be honest, I've at school I played cricket and I played soccer.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Where were
soccer
you at
was
school?
club soccer.
Where, in PE?
What is now called Newton Tech, back then was called
Yes.
Technical High School. Yeah, woodwork
Tech.
was my subject.
Yes.
Yeah, Tech. Not
Yes,
Block
it's-
Tech. Not Block Tech or Donkey
Okay.
Tech. Not those two. Although some of
Okay,
the
so
things
it was
I've,
tick.
yeah, some of the things I've done in my life, people might have thought I've, gone to Block Tech or Donkey Tech, but no, it was Technical High School.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so that's where I went to school, and well, I normally refer to it as close to grey.
Yes.
I know
yes,
you went.
it
I know
is
you.
quite
I know you
close
went.
then.
You went to grey.
No, I was at VP. I was at
Oh,
VP
okay,
point.
that explains a lot.
You know? Now you know. I knew a couple of oaks from Tech as well. It was Carl Raymer, I think, and Wayne Walker.
Oh, Carl Raymer.
Yeah,
Carl Raymer was in my
yeah.
class, actually.
Was he? Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Yeah, he
I haven't
was.
seen him for 40 years, I think. I haven't
And
seen him.
myself, yeah, same, yeah.
Gee whiz. And Wayne Walker was my best mate.
Wayne Walker was in my class as well.
Was he?
Did he
Oh,
pass away? I
man.
didn't know he passed away.
He passed away when he was 16. Can you believe it? Must have been standard 9. Or,
Actually, now that you mention it, yes,
so,
I do
yeah.
remember that actually. Ah, shit.
And to lose a mate like that at such at that early age, you know. So
No, it's- At any age,
I'm
for
gonna.
that matter.
I want you to give a quick lowdown of your school life. I'm gonna quickly switch off my mixer over here so that I can sort out my sound, because I think my sound. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, now I can hear you perfectly.
Oh, okay.
Got these earbuds in so I can hear you.
I'm going to try and see if we can get rid of it.
Okay, Gary's saying there's a bit of static on my mic. So in the meantime, you can just give us a little bit of a history from so primary school. Where were you at primary school?
Kabiga Primary School. All right, so everybody listening, I went to Kabiga Primary School. I started here school a year earlier than, well, probably a year or two earlier than what they do these years. And spent all 5 years at Kabiga Primary School. And Mr. Karel Landman, I think it's Karel Landman, no, he was my favorite teacher actually. And him and I are still friends on Facebook actually. And we have a little chat every now and again. I think he was a standard 5 teacher or whatever it was, but I never forget him. He was very inspirational in my life at that age.
Landman.
Mr. Landman.
Okay.
Andrew Landman, sorry, not Karel Landman. Andrew Landman.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm not too sure if he's watching, but yeah, Andrew Landman was the most inspirational teacher I had in primary school. And then we lived in a little place behind the Kabiga Park police station. And everybody thought I'd end up in there. But not yet.
Okay. At the police station.
We lived in a place called Francis Everett Park. And yeah, my dad's an ex-grey boy. Bullet, or Neil Webster, as you guys know him. And yeah, because of logistics back then, if you didn't live within a certain radius of the school, you weren't allowed to go to Grey. So I was allowed to go to Tech, which was only like 1.5 kilometers down the road. But yeah, Tech weren't as difficult. But yeah, that's pretty much my schooling career. In terms of, I only went to two schools, and I never failed the standard.
But also, I mean, were you clearly academic, or were you into art, or were you into the sporting side? What was your thing?
Well, to be honest, none of the above.
No,
you
never tried art.
No. I was artistic in my own way, which was my 2 subjects that I excelled in was technical drawing and woodwork. And I think those are the only 2 subjects. I don't even know if I got distinctions for them, but I was bloody good at those. And yeah, that's what I did through high school.
You could have been an architect as well, you know. You never know.
Well, you see. I actually applied to. I didn't have the there were various subjects you needed to get into varsity, but I wanted to go to Technikon for that, for architecture, indeed.
Oh, you did? So you did?
Yeah, I did. I applied, and but yeah, I didn't. Uncle, bless his soul, he's not here with us anymore, and I think he was the town planner or whatever for
city
at the time.
engineers.
Yeah, and he said to me, "There's no future in architecture." So I decided, well, okay, because I mean PE was a dead place at that time. So anyway, so I decided to change my application. I never applied, for architecture or draftsmanship or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I applied for technical engineering, and I never had the qualifications for that, so they declined me. So then life started.
All right. Yes. And the music, was that always part of the deal, or?
No, it wasn't actually. Oh, actually, well, strange story. At school? No. Well, in a way, yes. You know, when you get to 40 days and you got your matric finals coming up, you know, you don't have to go to school. You just got to go home and study, and you come in for the exams and blah blah. So through a mate of mine, through a mate of mine, I met another mate. It was a mate's name was Mark Collett. He was one of my best mates at school, and we decided to whatever the one day, and we ended up at Morne van der Berg's house. Morne van der Berg, I'll never forget your name. Yeah. And never met him before. We got there. Yeah. We were supposed to be at school actually. It's true. And Morne had this little sort of 2/3 size guitar. I don't know if you can't see my hands. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. No, there you are.
He had a 2/3 size guitar and a sheet with all the basic chords on it. And I sat there that day.
All right.
While him and Mark were pissing it up, and I was pissing it up with him. And anyway, after that afternoon, I said,
guitar.
May I borrow this? May I borrow the chord sheet and the guitar? And he said, cool. And during my matric finals, I never touched the book actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, I just sat with the guitar and that chord sheet. I got through matric. I never failed any subject ever in my life actually.
Yeah. Okay. And It was a Basil Hayfeely. It was that was the book.
No, it was just one page, bro.
Oh, it's one page. Okay, wow.
One page. I don't know who wrote it, but it was pretty simple. It was photographs of chords. It was kind of easy. Well, it wasn't at the time, but yeah.
Yeah, get it. But isn't it was so exciting to actually be able to play for the first time. I so remember picking up a guitar and learning a little blues lick and thinking to myself, oh my God, I can actually play this. I'm gonna be a star. Like you make it sound like on the record. You know what I mean?
No, the only blues I've got is a couple of T-shirts, bro. I'm not into that stuff.
But I mean, surely when you get that first song right, you know what I mean, then you think like, oh, this is amazing. This has got to be a winner.
Well, it was actually quite scary because, sorry, my ears, I've got to pop my ears because of, I'm not used to having these things in my ears. But,
Yes.
so I got through matric finals and then I was drafted to the army. And my uncles, my two uncles, Ralph and Gavin Properjohn, that was my inspiration, and I'm sure we're going to get into that later. I think, I can't remember which one, said to me, you will take a guitar with you to the army. And I said, well, I need like 4 chords and half a song. So, despite me missing studying, so anyway, I took that to the army, and through basics, I learned a little bit more, and anyway, that's where it all started, actually.
So the army, I mean, and it's going to be in the army of the Oaks. They're going to be like, okay, oh shit, no, come Webster, kom op by guitar. Laat ons nou sing bietjie vir ons man. Ons het nie brandewyn en dan gooi ons bietjie.
Especially in basic training, because I was lucky. When I climbed into the army, I think I was an 8 handicap at golf.
Right.
And I didn't take my golf clubs with me, but I had been playing some good golf at the time. And
where were you stationed?
In Bethlehem.
Oh, yes.
And
Good time of year to be in Bethlehem.
Flippin' coat, bro. But anyway, so I think I was only before basics even had started. I think we were there for 3 or 4 days, and they were like treating us like, you know, molly you and all that sort of shit. And then midnight that night, basics starts in cock. But I mean, you know, you've been there. But anyway, a couple of days in, my dad phoned me and he said to me, you've been dropped to a 6 handicap. So come down to a 6 handicap. Anyway, like a couple of days later, some corporal came through the barracks and he says, wie speel golf? It was a Soti from Durban. He says, wie speel golf? And I reluctantly put my finger up, like very gingerly.
Yeah.
And he says, voorgeer. So I said, but he had been around and there were a few people that played, and I said 6 or 6.
Is that your handicap? I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. Voorgeer is Afrikaans
your
for handicap.
handicap.
Yeah, that's the Afrikaans word for it. So anyway, he's like, his eyes got wide and he's like, he knew I was English. He said to me, where's your clubs? I said, in PE. He says, you will have them here within the next week. Anyway, long and short of it all is,
put it on some flippin' big plane, bring it out.
I ended up coming down to, I think, a scratch or something like that, and playing number 1 in the regiment side, and then, you know, all the benefits that went along with it, and playing music in the officers' mess and all that sort of shit. So I got treated well in basics until I got back to the barracks, and then I got worse than the other guys got.
Yes. Oh, that is so classic. It's so funny that always seems to happen with the musos. It's like pull in and then they're playing for the officers, and then they have a nice easy life.
Well, you think so, and you get back to the barracks and all your mates want to murder you, you know what I mean? In fact, Grant Furneman had mentioned at a chirp here earlier, he wasn't in basics with me, but I transferred to Cape Town after basics, and he was with me then, and that's where we became friends.
Oh, classic. No, I actually skipped the army. I was at varsity, so I managed to wait until 93, and then I was like, whoo, I'm out.
Good on you, but I still think that the modern generation need that. They need that discipline, yeah. I mean, look at
that's
you.
it.
Look at you. Look at your.
Look at me.
I mean,
bloody hooligan.
look at you. You're an absolute hooligan on screen, and on stage, and in person.
You know?
And it's because you never had army training.
I never had army, that's why. I would have been in that band. I would have been in the band. I would have hooked my way around. I see there's a couple more comments here. I just want to have a look. I see Craig Gilchrist saying, so we need to get a gig in Cape Town.
Oh, I'd love that. I'd love that, actually.
Maybe at Tigerberg, you know, because that's where he was born. Linda Sanders says, how's it?
Hello, Linda. How you doing, darling?
There's it. And Candy saying, another proper John. There's a couple of those around, eh?
Well, yeah, they're proper.
Yeah, they're proper indeed.
Nah, Candy Proper John is my Uncle Ralph's wife.
Okay.
He's one of my inspirations in life.
Oh no! Tell us about this because you touched on it a little earlier. Your uncles.
Well, you know, Gino, I grew up in a very social family. Just myself, my parents, and my brother. Not a massive family, not like you find in a lot of places.
4-piece.
But yeah, just a 4-piece. Nobody had a flute. But yeah, on my mom's side of the family, there were a lot of musical people. My uncle Ralph, Candy Proper John's husband, sorry, and his brother Gavin, his younger brother. In fact, his younger brother and I were at primary school at the same time in Kaviga, but he was in Standard 5 and I was in Sabay or something like that. But anyway, we grew up in this very social family where every single weekend, once, maybe twice a weekend, would be a bride at somebody's house, or down at Willow's, or down at Scoonies, or somewhere, and it weren't just like 6-7 people. There was like 20 people, our whole family, and it was. Yes. And well, yeah, mom's side, dad's side. It was, that's how it worked, and those are the best memories of my life, actually. And but my two uncles and my late grandfather, their dad, used to sit and jam guitar around every single braai that there was. Wow. And I used to sit in awe and say, I want to do this one day. And yeah, it took
it's
me
that
until
70s
the age.
vibe, that 70s vibe. Those guys, your uncles obviously like. In the 70s, I'd say we missed those parties because they didn't have TV, they didn't have all that cuck. They just had a bit of music and somebody had a records or somebody brought a guitar and they jammed and everybody sang. I mean, my folks had tambourines and freaking bongo drums. They had all that stuff around, just lying around, and shakers, maracas,
I understand what you're saying. In my family, I mean, it was just guitars really. But my late grandfather, he was my inspiration actually. He was my inspiration.
Yeah, he also music.
Well, yeah, he played in jazz bands and session bands and not session bands, but well, back in the day before they called them discos, they used to call them sessions.
They called them sessions. Yes.
Yeah. And he used to play in all of those, and he was good friends with Mr. Niels Matthijs. I mean, the Matthijs brothers.
Okay. Yes.
He was big friends with them. I don't think he ever jammed with them, but I know he lived around the corner. He lived in Surrey Street in Kabiga Park, and I know the Matthijs lived not too far up the road. And the Matthijs brothers are inspirational in my life as well, because they're great people. Absolutely. They are.
Now, we had the brothers on a little while ago. They're full of cuck, but I love them to bits.
They are the most full of cuck, but so humorous and what brilliant musicians! What brilliant musicians as well, actually.
Chirpers, they chirp all the time. I love it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got a little bit of my chirpiness from them, actually.
Oh really?
I bought pretty much all of my equipment from them. So every time I'd phone in and I'd speak to Dion, or occasionally I'd talk to Kevin. And there's always a little banter, and
Yeah, the music shops were popular at that time. I mean, I worked at Pop Shop. It was probably where I met you. In fact,
I remember Pop Shop. Yeah.
I used to work there Saturday mornings, and then I went there full time while I was studying, and then I stayed there for about 10 years, 8 years or something.
Wasn't Pop Shop in Westbourne Road?
Yes, Strand Music House Pop Shop. That's the one.
Yes, I remember that. I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Probably is where I met you. Yeah.
Yes, I think because it was the anchor was yourself or Danny Fisher. Danny.
Well, that was
That's
before
right.
my time, actually. That was before my time.
Already. Oh, my
Yeah,
word. If
my-
those walls could talk at the anchor, says Warren Povey.
Or that upstairs room where that had one single bed in it.
Already. Was there an upstairs room at the anchor? This sounds like the ranch.
It was a
It
private
was
little
supposed
place.
to be. It was supposed to be the ranch that was like table 13. That's the the urban legend.
No, there was a place like that before it changed. Before Andre Koch, you know Andre Koch. I think my
Yeah,
I almost spun my name. Andre Koch eventually bought it and
yeah.
turned it into Castro's or something like that.
Oh, yes, Castro's. That's right.
Yeah, but yeah, when it was the anchor, when Margie and what's Margie's son's name? I forget now. When they used to own it, I mean, there were legends like Tomo playing there and Tommy Lawson.
Yes.
You know, all those boys.
Lawson.
That's back in the days when we'll get back to Tommy Lawson
Yeah.
in a bit. I'm sure. we will.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. And I see Candace Johnson said you did the Argus. Did you do the Argus?
Not this year, no.
When
But I've
last
done 9 of them, but a little while.
9 of them. Holy crap!
A little while.
Well, you know, we had Anret Skuman on the show. We had
I
Anret
used to-
Skuman on
I
the
used
show a
to-
little while ago.
I used to cycle
She-
in the same group as her for a while, but years ago.
Ooh. Yeah, no. She's a machine. That lady.
I could never keep up.
No, well, she did win the Argus 7 times. Sorry.
And multiple other races. I mean, she's probably.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Henriette is probably South Africa's consummate cyclist, as far as women are concerned, anyway. In fact, not just as women are concerned, as far as cyclists are concerned.
cyclists are concerned. She's an absolute legend. I love Henriette. In fact, you must tag. Somebody can tag her in this thing. It was one of my favorite interviews I did with her. She is so down to earth and she is focused. She's doing piano tuning as well at the moment.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she does. She's got another little a side hustle that's become a bit of a career for her, and she's sucking up knowledge about these pianos. She plays beautifully as well.
I like your turn. Okay.
Yes.
Moving on.
She's beautiful, and she is just a legend. I absolutely love her, and she's still cycling like a maniac as well. She can show these youngsters what's going on.
You know, when you, I did it for about, I don't know how long I did it for, 12 years.
Yeah.
I only did 9 Arguses. I did a few other, the Heralds and a couple of others around the country. But, you know, when you're in that zone, you stay there forever. And she's just one of those consummate professionals that is just magnificent, actually.
Amazing. I
We
see
used to
Beverly
go-
saying
we actually used to go to the same gym in Virgin Active in Lorraine, actually. Yeah.
Okay, the popular one there you are in your Virgin Active in Lorraine. Beverly's saying, I bought you your guitar for your 18th birthday, which you took to the army. Look at that.
Okay, well, Mom, I think you got that story wrong. Age is taking the wrong side of you there. 'Cause that's
Is that
not
right?
no, it's not the way it worked.
Oh, is it?
No.
Is it not? Is she losing it? Is she not remembering right?
She's not remembering right, no. So, I'll tell you about my first guitar, actually. The first guitar I ever had, my younger uncle, that happened to be in primary school at the same time, but different, obviously, grades, whatever, Gavin, he gave me a guitar to take with me to the army. And on the back of the headstock, what do you call that strip that you punch out the letters? What do you call that shit? I can't remember that. I mean, it's so ancient.
Oh, yeah, that thing that you punch. That's a round thing, and then you move the letters around, and then you punch.
Yes, that thing.
And then
That
punch.
thing.
That thing. It's, I don't know.
I
what's it
forget
called,
what it's
Gary?
called. Somebody
Come on.
can tell us here. Hopefully, someone can tell
Yeah,
us.
somebody
what that
tell
thing's
us what
called.
that thing is. You used to turn it around, and then you punch, and then you turn it and punch, and you get the
And
letters.
it came out
gives
on
you
this tiny little strip like this, and then you
Yes.
could pull the back off and stick it on something. I
said
can't
Glen
remember.
Webster.
No, actually, this guitar that was given to me to go to the army with was by Gavin Properjohn. And Gavin Properjohn had that bloody thing that I can't remember the name of stuck on the back of the headstock of his guitar, which caused a little bit of confusion once or twice in the army. But anyway, yeah. My mom, you never ever bought me a guitar ever in your life.
Oh my goodness! She bought it from your uncle. Maybe she paid your uncle.
Well, no, he had that guitar already. I wish she had bought my bloody Taylor, because that cost me a fortune.
I'm sure. Well, there's still time, Glenn. There's still time.
Yeah, no, I've got my Taylor. It's all good. It's all good.
All right.
Shall we have a sip, eh? Shall we have a sip? You haven't had a sip for a while.
I've been drinking quite regularly here. Here we go. Cheers to you.
Ching,
and
ching.
Cheers to you
Cheers,
guys
Gino.
out there. Cheers to everyone out there watching. It's a lekker night tonight. I think we've got so many comments coming in as well. Janssen van Rensburg. So Glen Webster, Grahamstown days. Hey?
Oh my goodness. That was the start of my career.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us what was that?
Well, it's a little pub in Grahamstown. It was below, it was like a dungeon type of thing in the bottom of the Protea Hotel in Grahamstown. There's a little pub called Champs. A little pub called Champs. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I was running the branch of Westbank back in those days. Can you believe it?
Ah! We'll get into your jobs as well. We'll go. Westbank. Nice.
Westbank. And anyway, this is going to kind of tag along with how I got into the music scene, actually.
Okay,
and what inspired me. So
Westbank inspired you?
No, not Westbank. No. Hang on, I'm going to pour myself a little bit of wine. You see, I'm prepared here.
Okay.
I've got my box next to me, and I've got my tequila bottle next to me as well.
Excellent. I'm going to pour you a little bit of Spartacus. I've got Keith Clark is the man to know. He's organised the Spartacus gin. He does punters as well, punters gin, which has been great. And he organises us so never short.
I'm not a big gin drinker because it's a depressive, and I'm a depressed person anyway. But I do have a good friend. I do have a good friend over here.
Jose. Very nice.
We'll leave a worm in a van, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, excellent. Cheers to you. Okay,
And to you.
Janssen van Rensburg at Champs.
Okay, so, all right, I'm going to try and condense the story.
Dymo gun, a Dymo gun, that's what they're called.
Is that what they call it?
A Dymo tape, yeah.
Dymo tape, that's the word.
Dymo tape.
So yeah, the guitar I took to the army was given to me by my younger uncle, with Gavin Proper John in Dymo tape on the back of the flipping headstock. I'll never forget that.
Everybody calls you Gavin.
In fact, unless something else has happened, I think he's still got that guitar hanging in his pub in his house. Or I know he had it at one point there, but not too sure what's happened to it since then.
With Dymo tape on it.
With Dymo tape on the back of the headstock, yeah. But anyway, so when I worked in Grahamstown for Westbank for about 2.5 odd years or whatever. I was running the branch there, and at that point, my grandfather on my mom's side, he had emphysema, and anyway, long and short of it all is drove through to PE. On the way back, he died. God bless his soul. But he was the consummate musician, that he could play just about any instrument actually. And in his will, he left me a Gibson Epiphone guitar, and that's what sparked me off to do the whole thing. Yeah. And I had this little Casio keyboard or something like that. It could play MIDI files. It could play MIDI files, and that was before MP3 backing tracks and all that crap came out.
Yeah.
And
MIDI files was quite technologically advanced at that stage.
Well, yeah, especially when it came to editing them, yeah. But anyway, so I had this thing, and I used to mess around at home with a few things. And of course, working at Westbank, I used to call them motor dealers, and I became friends with a guy that was a mechanic actually at the Delta dealership, Kenrich Delta, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
And he was a drummer in a band, and his dad was the lead singer and lead guitarist. And he said, "No, man, you got to come and do a gig at Champs one night." I said, "Dude, I only like 4 songs. I know 4 songs. That's it." And he said, I don't care. Oh shit, hang on a second. I just dropped the light, the mic and everything here. Damn it.
That's right. The mic's sounding good, actually, right like that.
Yeah, I'm a little closer to it now. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
I'll get this figured out. That's what happens when you balance your shit on a matchbox.
It's a
I'll
nice
get
mic.
this. I'll get it right.
I've
No,
got-
we're going. Now we just need the light. Are we back on track? Are we? Yeah, I got the Samsung. Can you see me?
No, not at all. There's a big black blotch where you're supposed to be.
Oh, okay. That's because the bloody light's in the way. That's why.
Oh, there we go. There we go. That looks good. Oh, that looks good.
Okay.
That's
Take
all right.
the microphone out the way. Okay, there we go. We're back on track.
That's
Sorry.
fine. We're
My
we're
microphone's
okay with
here.
it. And it sounds good as well. The sound is much better too.
Oh, good. I'm
Excellent.
sitting a little closer to the mic. But yeah, anyway, so
No, we got all that over.
you know what, as you say, you know what, life's about challenges and equipment's always a problem. But anyway, yeah. So this mate of mine, he says to me, he says, come play one night at Champs. Now Champs was a student pub. I mean Grahamstown. I mean, you know, Rhodes University.
Yeah, Rhodes students. Yes.
Uh-huh. So I go there and I think I knew, if I'm honest, I think I knew 6 or 7 songs. And they weren't your sort of modern vibe songs. They were like, I see a bad moon rising.
Okay,
that type of cuck, you know what I mean?
Is it? Yeah.
With a few others. And that was literally, it was all old school stuff, the stuff I grew up with.
Yeah.
And I ended up playing those same 6 or 7 songs, whatever it was, for 3 hours straight. The students would not let me leave.
Oh, I love that.
And the manager,
Yes.
Mr. Reppens, I think it was Greg Reppens, he said to me, no, well, why don't you come play here next week Wednesday again? I said, yeah, but this time I'm not doing it for free. And I think I charged him $300 the next week, and well, it all started from there. Actually.
Excellent. $300 for your first gig. You bastard. I think I.
Well, no, actually, no. I got my first gig was for free. The next week was $300. Yeah.
All right. No, that's good. I also had my first one free, but my first paying gig, I think, was 30 Rand from Storky at It's Country.
You're not a lot older than me, Gino. In fact, you might be younger than me.
No, I'm older than you. I was 88 matric, so I don't know.
So was I.
I was born in 1970.
I was 71.
71. You see, look, a youngster.
I told you I started school early.
Here we go. Mark Telford says, "Oh, Glenn, tell us about the Tanglewoods. What is that Tanglewoods? That's a guitar.
My goodness, I remember. No. Tanglewoods is a venue that I played at Mark was at.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mark was
no.
there. If Mark was there, there was problems. You
Mark
know, he's
sometimes-
producing his own gin these days, I see.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mark, I'm going to refrain from telling that story.
Is it too bad? Okay, that's not for...
It's a family show, isn't it?
Yeah, well, kind of. Yeah, there's no real rules, eh?
No, well, let's keep it tidy.
You know, and I know because Glenn, I mean, you've got a history about with being online as well. You've had some tough times.
No, yeah. I kind of figure where you're going with this. Yeah, I've
I've seen it's been a rough ride being your friend on Facebook. You know.
You know what? Like my friend Andre van Rooyen. I mean, you know Andre.
Yes, another one.
Fellow
He's
drummer.
always in Facebook jail.
I've never been in Facebook jail, but I came close to being in actual jail before.
Actual jail.
And I think I know that's where you're going with this.
Yeah,
But,
I remember that whole saga. But, you know, and it's tough. You were worried about. You said to me before the show. You said you were nervous about the show. I said to Gary, "What's he nervous about being on the show for? It's only me. It's not like Larry King."
Well, actually, you look a little bit like Larry King. Just a little bit. Same physique anyway.
Yeah, you know, it is a bit.
I'm
But
joking.
yeah, but I mean, you like to say your mind. You like to speak your mind.
Sadly, well, yes, actually, I won't say sadly, because I think it's good to speak your mind. But I think you got to choose your moments.
Yeah. And
Sometimes
tell us about the. Did you didn't actually go to jail though? Because a lot of my
No.
a lot of my guests have been to jail.
No, I've never been to jail. Touch wood.
I said nearly though, nearly.
No, not even close. They fingerprinted me, and that was about it. Yeah.
Oh my
I think-
word! Because yes, eh?
Yeah. No, you carry on.
Okay. See, Tracy Butler Tracy Honey saying Glen Webster is awesome indeed. You know.
Hello, Tracy. Love you, my darling. I can't wait to see you all guys on the 23rd.
Yeah. Oh, she also on the 23rd as well. So 23rd is going to be a bit of a party. It's going to be lekker. You know.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping that this whole this Omicron thing looks like it's slightly less dangerous than they thought it was, and I hope it's going to make it an endemic instead of a pandemic, so that it cancels out the rest.
To be honest with you, I'm not going to get into my sort of views of COVID, because it's like getting into religious or political views.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
And you haven't got a good history with that on Facebook, yes.
No, not a great one. However, I have not been put in
Yes.
Facebook jail. I have not.
Okay, yeah, that's it's saying something. It is. So you got some controversial opinions. Let's say that.
Well, no, I've just got my own opinions. Whether they're controversial or not, it depends on who's listening, to be honest.
Fair enough.
There's lots of anti-vaxxers out there, and there's lots of people that are pro-vax.
Yeah.
That's not something I think I should get into right now, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it's like a bubble that you can get into as well, because they say with Facebook and those things, you know, if you click on the things that you agree with all the time, then you get more and more information telling you that, you know,
That's true.
that your thing's right.
But I will say one thing about the whole thing is that I think what their attempt is at the moment, and I don't mean our government, I mean internationally, is that they're trying to turn vaxxers into anti-vax or against anti-vaxxers. They're trying to create this little sort of political freaking thing that is unnecessary, because none of it's proven. I just think we should all just live together and be harmonize with each other.
It's true. I mean, like Crosby, Stills.
Oh yes. And there's another story involved with that, which I won't go into. But the Southern Cross is very special to me.
Oh, really? Are you meaning
yeah.
the song or the actual Southern Cross?
Well, the actual Southern Cross and the song.
Tell us about it.
Oh,
Was it too controversial?
No, this is not something to be discussed on a public platform. No.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no, it's not.
So those.
All my friends that are watching, they know exactly
Yes.
my opinion on various things.
Oh. Okay.
You know,
okay.
I'm not a straight down the line kind of.
Yes.
Okay, my jeans have to be square or straight or ironed with a pleat in the front or any shit like that.
No,
You
fair
know,
enough.
I speak my mind, but you've got to
Yes.
choose your moments, and I don't think this is one of them.
Yeah. Well, it's often social media is often not the place to do this, because you just get a whole lot of hate from whoever, you know. So
You're quite right. And sometimes a little tequila can get the better of you, and you say things that you shouldn't say.
yes.
Speak.
Glenn, you know, your late night rants. I've seen a couple of those. Yes. But if you understand where you are and where you're coming from, you just come from gigs or whatever the story is, and then, you know, it's okay, Glenn. People understand, just like they understand when things go wrong. So have you been vaccinated or not?
No.
Gary, that's Gary. He's chirping.
I could hear him.
that. Yeah.
I could
Little
hear him
bastard,
humming in the
he
background.
He's a bastard. What was your most memorable gig or venue? Says Sean Pauls. You know, Sean was also involved. in the
Hello,
music scene
Sean.
for a
I
while.
remember. I think I played cricket with him or his brother. Actually.
Oh, okay.
But at Old Grey, by the way, just letting you know.
Yeah. Okay.
My most memorable gig. Oh,
Yes.
it's hard to. It's, there've been so many good ones.
Yeah.
The biggest one I ever played for
Yeah.
was at the Hansa Fish River Canoe Marathon. I think I did that for. Yeah.
Yes. I've done that one of those as well. Holy crap.
I think I did 2 or 3 of those, and
Yeah.
the first year
The
I
road
got there, and
students pull in, eh?
yeah, pretty much. And so the first year I get there, and I can't remember who was playing. I think it was Loniel Estate. Loniel's not too far from where I live.
Yeah.
And there were a couple other bands that were up and coming bands at the time. And so I did an hour before and an hour after the other 2 or 3 acts or whatever it was. And I mean, I think there were like 5,000 or 6,000 people there. And
Insane, eh?
yeah, it was for me actually the biggest gig I'd ever done, and still is actually. Because I'm just a local muser, I don't.
Yeah. It's true.
I don't do.
But
I don't do. Carry on.
Yeah, no, you don't do?
No, I'm saying I don't do stadium gigs.
Oh, yeah.
Although that day.
You used to do the cricket.
Oh yeah, no, I've played there as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's like 30,000 people, isn't it?
Yeah, but you're playing through a stupid PA and whatever it was.
But everybody
quite the
can
same.
hear you on that side.
I remember that, St George's Park, yeah. But yeah, so
Oh, there we
at what's that place called? Craddock.
Yes.
With this Hansa Fish River Canoe Marathon, yeah. So the first time I did it, of course, yeah, I booze on stage. I'm not superstitious, and anyway, so I mean, they had this security fence, like about 10 meters away from the stage, which was pretty high, and then the stage was pretty high in itself. I mean, you performed there yourself, so you know what it's like.
Yeah. No, it's high.
And the first year I played there, I was flipping boozing for a place, but I still did my job and I still performed well. But at one point I had like about 12 chicks standing on that security fence there, flashing their boobs. So I saw 24 tits in a matter of a few seconds, which was great. Sorry, I know it's a family show. I know it's fine.
Trying to distract you, that's what they were.
They were trying and they never got it right. And I'll never forget, I was playing the song Wonderwall at the time, actually by Oasis. But anyway, the following year I get back there, and the organizer actually, what is that guy's name that was on Big Brother? Chucky. Remember Chucky from Big Brother? Second season, I think it was.
She's second season. I just remember Ferdi and Bad Brand.
Yeah, Ferdi was first season. Chucky was second season.
Oh,
But
right,
his
okay,
wife,
okay.
I mean, they lived on a farm somewhere just outside of Craddock, and his wife organised the thing. She came to me on the second year, and she said to me, Hansa said, you're not allowed to drink on stage. I said, what? So I stole a water bottle from somebody, and I filled it up with something. I went, well, it was booze.
Oh,
And then the
classic.
third...
Yeah? So
No, anyway, no, carry on. No, it's fine. I think everyone's got the gist of the story.
no, I'm just seeing Leonie Hunt's comment there.
Hello,
Was that
Leonie and Derek.
Leonie, was that the same gig? Was that the hanger gig? Was that the one with all the boobs?
Oh no, the hanger.
Because
The
all
hanger was a
hanging-
different thing.
Or was
The hanger was. You know Dave Gardner and Philip Putziger.
Were they all hanging in front of you? I'm saying.
Well, eventually at the end of the day, yeah. Come on, you got to remember the hanger, man. It was at the airport.
Yeah.
Dave Gardner and Philip Putziger. They put
wow.
that thing together years before. And I mean, Tommy Lawson used to be the muso that used to play. So they had this hangar that could seat or house about like 1,000 people or whatever, just across the runway from the airport.
Yeah.
And for every Springbok game, they used to have this massive show and a stage with 3 huge big screens that used to come down over the stage for the game, and you know, you'd play and whatever. And Tommy Lawson lost a bit of. You remember Tommy Lawson, man? Come on,
I remember Tommy. Yeah, absolutely.
he was the reason I got gigs.
Okay.
That's another story.
Yes.
He's the reason I became who I became in PE. And I don't say I became anything special, but
Yeah. You got a
he's
lot
the
of gigs
reason.
at that time.
Tommy Lawson was the shit in PE.
Yeah.
Tommy Lawson was the shit in PE. I mean, wherever he went, women would just, you know, he was that good. And I still rate his voice as one of the best voices in the world. I still to this day. And I was a huge fan. And anyway, through his own bad fouls, he would phone me and ask me to do gigs when he had double booked or triple booked himself or whatever the case was.
Okay.
And that's how I made name. That's how I made
So
name in PE.
his bad admin was your advantage.
Exactly.
Classic.
Yeah, it was.
No, we've got to have Tommy on at some stage as well. He's like the James Hunt of PE one-man bands.
Tommy's like the what's that guy that plays Aquaman? What's his name?
I don't know what his name is.
Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You
I
were
haven't
talking
checked
about
that
somebody
movie
from
yet.
you were talking about somebody from Stutterheim earlier. I don't stutter, but
Yes.
that
That time. Okay.
yeah, no, Jason Momoa. Tommy was the Jason Momoa of PE back in the day.
Okay.
And I know you know Tommy, and I know he lives in
Yes.
Australia now, and I don't know how to
Yes.
get a hold of him other through Facebook, but he was the reason I got gigs. He was the reason I
fantastic.
got gigs.
Good on
And
you,
because
Tommy.
of his bad was my good. And that included the whole fan court stint that I did and all that sort of shit.
Yeah. I mean, so did you do any residencies like that?
Yeah, I did. I think it was 7 or 8 years I did at fan court.
Okay.
Where I'd play for, they basically housed me there, and I'd play for 3 to 4 months. It was never a given sort of time. It was between 3 and 4 months, but over the summer season, and they'd put me up, and I'd play 6 nights a week. The best part was the free golf, but I met a lot of fun people while I was there. Actually, a lot of fun
great.
people.
So it's nice to do residency where you see similar people, so you get to know people as well.
Well, no, the people that were I won't say inspirational for me, but the people that I met there were they were high-profile celebrities. So, but that was just over 8 years. It takes a while. And blah blah blah. But it was all thanks to Tommy Lawson, if I'm honest.
Nice, good old chap. That somebody tagged Tommy Lawson. All right, it's a getting to know you session now, Glenn. We're gonna do our usual.
Okay.
We've got to.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
Okay, so strange superstitions or rituals.
I got a few of those.
Really?
I will never walk under a ladder.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay.
I'll walk 3 blocks to get around that frickin' ladder if I have to. And especially with this walking thing that I'm doing, if a black cat walks across my path, I turn around and I go and choose a different path.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you stuck to the sort of standard ones as well.
Yeah, I always put my
Standard
left.
superstitions.
I always put my left sock on first, and then my left shoe. But I don't tie the left shoe until I put the right sock and the right shoe on. Then I'll tie the left shoe and then the right shoe.
Oh my God! So you're like an OCD superstition kind of guy.
If you look at my place, everything's square and angles and
symmetrical.
And perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
Symmetrical. I like that. I like that.
Which is quite weird. Which is quite weird. Sorry to interrupt you there, because everything in the world is round. The world is round. The moon is round. Everything is round, especially my ex-wife.
I don't know. This DR box is pretty square, I think.
Yeah, but that's the thing is. But what I'm trying to say is that human beings try to square everything up, and I'm one of those bad people that do that, because I want everything symmetrical when everything should be
has to
round.
square.
Trees are round, Everything's right. Anyway, yeah, that's another bad habit of mine.
Oh, that's good. I like it. It's fun. It's fun. Okay, something that you own that you really cherish.
It's hanging on the wall behind me.
Ah,
My tailor.
to show by the big picture here, Gary. Where is it? There we go.
There it
I
is.
can see it there.
There it is.
There it is.
My tailor.
Look at that. Is that your tailor? So you got a little. You got one of those little hanging hooks to put it on and everything.
Yeah, I
Right
do.
out there. Ah, love it. Love it. Okay,
That's my baby.
The most spontaneous thing you've ever done.
Actually, hang on a second.
What? Okay.
Ah, shit, he's gone to bed. I was going to bring out
Oh.
my dog Bronson because he's
I
as
heard him,
special
I
as
heard
my
him.
guitar, yeah. But he's gone to
I
bed.
heard him.
I thought he was lying next to me, but he's not anymore.
He's gone to bed. I like that. I
He's
like it,
pissed
like,
off, he's gone.
Glen's pissed again. I'm off to bed.
I'm not actually yet, but hang on,
No,
let's
no,
have
no.
another tequila.
Another one. Here we go. Thank you. I'm having this little bit of Spartacus with this lime. I've got a lime juice that we have in here. Cheers to you.
A lime juice. Cheers to you.
Yeah, it's lime. It's a they make
And-
these little cocktails. Those Fitch and Leeds guys. It's actually quite cool. Check.
Do they make cocktails or just mixers?
They've got like it's a mixer, but it's a cocktail. So it's already they call it the classics. got
So it's
really
already
good old-
alcohol. What's the word I'm looking
Lime and
for?
soda.
Okay.
Yeah, no. It hasn't got alcohol in it, but you put your own in, obviously. Is it?
Well, you put your right leg in.
There's a Robbie Reed saying you're going to leave the tailor to him.
Hello, Robbie Reed. Hey, my brother, all the way from Cape Town. He's another muso from. He was in Joburg for a while, and he's in Cape Town now.
Well, he
How's
thinks
it,
he's gonna
Robbie?
he's presuming that he's going to outlive you.
It's not impossible, bro.
Okay, what's the oldest thing you own?
The oldest thing I own, me.
Yeah.
Me.
You're older than everything that you own.
Yeah. Well, actually, hang on a second.
Antique. Okay.
No. No
It's not older
antiques.
than you.
The oldest I've got is me.
Oh man. So you're not a collector. You don't collect stuff and stuff. No.
Well, bad habits, yes. I collect
really?
bad habits. Yeah, I've got a lot of bad
You're
habits.
not a hoarder. You're not a hoarder. You don't
No.
like nostalgically
No.
think of these things like, oh, I've got to keep this and hang on to it.
Well, actually, in my garage, which is just somewhere close to my house, I've got my old rig that I used to use around PE in the pubs with the bass bins and the top. I had Sir
really?
Vega top highs and
Vegas.
Wharfdale bins. They're still all in my garage.
Okay.
And
All right,
yeah,
so keep them for
And
the
the
big
amps.
gigs.
nah. New
No,
rigs
it's
are
too much to
new rigs
carry.
are more new rigs are yeah. As you get older, as you get older, you choose lighter gear. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you don't want to sell it though, of course, because you might just need it for something, you know.
There's a strong possibility.
You never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's your happy place?
My happy place
Yeah.
on my pillow.
Oh yeah, in your bed.
Well, okay, I could elaborate on that,
Oh right.
on who's next to it, but I'm not going to get into that part.
Yes. Okay. We won't go there. Oh, you mean
My happy
the-
place is when I get sleep.
the garage in PE you're talking about, where your stuff is.
The garage. What garage? Oh, my mom's garage. I've got a shitload of stuff stored there. I still need it.
As well.
Sorry, Mom. Apologize.
Oh, I love that.
That's what families are for.
Okay, this is an interesting one. The first album that you ever bought.
Oh my goodness. Shit. First album I ever bought. I don't actually remember what it was.
1971.
But I still have a
Would have been
box
when you're
in-
like 10 years old or so, 11 years old. When?
No, well, I couldn't buy anything then because I used to use my pocket money on cigarettes.
10.
No, 13 actually, sorry.
Okay, there we go.
No, you know what? I never actually had to buy any albums because, you know, I grew up with my parents. Okay, they've been divorced for many, many years, but
Yeah.
they have got the most amazing taste in music. So I grew up with the Bee Gees and Bread and the
Yeah, Bread.
Eagles
Your
And-
brother's got you. He's got your number here.
Is my book online?
It says Duran Duran, Glenn.
Yeah, that probably was. It probably was my first album I ever bought. Yeah,
There we
it was.
go.
And I've still got it actually.
Please tell me now.
Now, please tell me now. Yeah, no, I promise you. I was growing up in my latter high school years. I was the hugest.
Yeah.
I'd mates that were Wham fans, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
But I was the Duran Duran fan, and I still am a huge Duran Duran fan. But you know what? I grew up.
That's it.
Oh,
Arena,
Arena.
the live
Listen,
tour.
I'll tell you a story
That's
about
it.
Arena. I'll tell you a story
Yeah.
about Arena.
Yes, tell me. A
So
story
I think
about
it was.
Arena.
I think it was for my 16th birthday.
Yeah.
It was televised on TV. On when they still when they had the test patterns and all that sort of crap.
Yes. Yes.
And my dad, or my mom, or both of them, well, they were still married back then. They taped the Duran Duran Arena tour and gave it to me as a
Wow.
birthday present. And to this day, I don't have the video cassette anymore, the VHS.
Yeah.
But that was a birthday present they both gave to me in my mid-teens. And I'll never forget that. I was the biggest, and still am a huge Duran Duran fan. I'm a fan of many other artists as well now, as we all are. But
Yeah.
back then, I was the biggest Duran Duran fan.
No,
In
it
fact,
was-
my
it was
whole
great.
bedroom was posters, like A1 size of
Simon
Simon
Le
Le Bon, John Taylor, Roger Taylor, all those boys, Andy Taylor. My whole room, even the back of my bloody bedroom door. And my parents knew that, and between the two of them, whenever I think it was my 16th birthday, or might have been earlier than, I think it was earlier than that, because
Yeah. I think.
whenever,
I think
but it
Arena
was 15, 16.
Yeah.
And they videotaped that and gave me that cassette as a birthday present that
What
year.
a
And
winner.
it's one of the best
What a winner.
birthday presents. One of the best birthday presents I've ever received in my life.
So did you go on from that to the power station and what was Simon Le Bon's band as well? It was also,
Well,
it was election Day was the one song that he did.
Well, there was a song. The power station was John Taylor as a bassist and some
Yes.
random band.
And-
Yeah, no, I never
and-
actually.
Andy Taylor was on guitar as well, and then they had the powerhouse drummer Tony Thompson, I think his name was.
I didn't. Well,
unbelievable.
you will know that because you're a drummer, but I didn't know that at the time.
It was amazing.
And I still don't know that.
Robert Palmer was with them. I mean, what better?
I didn't know that. But I'll tell you one thing. I was repping in Cape Town for a company
Yeah.
called Momar. They were a chemical firm. They sold household and industrial chemicals and shit. And
Is that like a difference from Yomar?
it's near Yomar.
Yeah, it's a
But
Yomar.
it was like
Momar.
Yeah, Momar. And they
Okay.
still exist, and they're a great company. It was my first company, I think, one of the first I ever worked for. But anyway, at that particular point in time, Duran Duran had done a PE concert, I think, at St George's Park.
Yes.
And they were gonna do a concert at the Good Hope Centre in Cape Town.
Yeah.
And that day I was on the road in my Toyota Corolla 1300, powder blue, baby blue. I was. And
I love those ones. I know it. I can see it in my
I had it. I only had the 1300. I didn't have the 1600i. I was still a youngster and I was trying to. But I had an HP on it and it was my own car. Well, it wasn't my own car, it was the bank's car. But anyway.
Yeah.
And
West Bank.
no, it was long before West Bank. But I don't know. I can't even remember who I financed it through. But nonetheless, so I'm on the road and I hear Duran Duran are going to be at the Waterfront Mall. So I go there, and at every single mall you got like an info kiosk.
Yes.
And so this is the day of the Duran Duran concert at the Good Hope Centre, and I go there like 2 hours early because I'm the hugest fan, and I get to this kiosk and there's nobody there, and the next thing, Alex J is the interviewer.
Yeah.
Alex J is the interviewer. He comes in, and the next thing, there were only two of them, were Simon Le Bon and John Taylor.
Yes.
I literally sat on, because it's like a rounded little info desk as you get in every single mall. I literally sat back to back with Simon Le Bon. It was one of the best moments in my life. One of the best moments of my life.
Amazing. That is amazing.
Never forget that.
I was at the PE concert. It was fantastic. They had a workshop for the musos, which was great as well. The drummer was a percussionist guy. I can't remember his name, but he showed me how to do that. Come Undone, eh? It was Come Undone. He did that.
Oh yeah. Come Undone. This was long after their tour. Yeah, their first tour.
Yes.
Come Undone. Yeah.
And it was a great concert. I remember I enjoyed that. But to see them in person and as your heroes, you really dig it.
They're my heroes forever, Duran Duran, and they've just released a new album as well, which is great.
Brilliant.
Cheers, by the way, Gino.
Cheers to
I'm gonna
you.
have a tequila with your gin.
Another little tequila. Excellent. Well, we're going to hit the either ors. I think we're hitting the either ors now. And we got the final few questions for us tonight, Glenn. Let's do it.
Okay, let's hit it.
All right, these are good ones. Winning the lottery or finding your soulmate?
Finding my soulmate.
Okay, not winning the lottery. It could be. I mean, you could find your soulmate later.
No.
But you'd be rich.
If you win the lottery, that you think is your soulmate is plastic. No.
Oh, right.
Finding my soulmate first. Finding my soulmate
If it's
first.
plastic, then it's disposable. You can just get another one.
Yeah, I know, but then you got to put it into a recycle bin, and I'm not into that fucking recycling shit.
Fair enough. Okay, test the waters or dive in the deep end.
Dive in the deep end.
I knew that. I knew that already. Okay, phone in the bathroom or no phone in the bathroom?
Oh shit, that's the only place I play games on my phone was I'm taking a shit. Just being honest.
Love it. Okay, you got to choose one or the other. Eh? Okay, so either or, bad breath or body odor.
Bad breath.
I suppose you're going to go with the mask stories.
No, body odor you can't hide, but you can sit and stare at a woman and she might still like you. You don't have to talk to her.
just don't breathe.
Yeah, exactly.
Robots or dinosaurs? Which one?
Dinosaurs.
Hey yo!
Yeah, but I'm small. I can hide. It's
Okay, excellent.
Robots you can't hide from because they're sticking all this shit in your nose now for these COVID tests and all these vaccinations. You're already a robot. Just saying.
Yes, no, I'm just saying yes. Loud neighbors or nosy neighbors?
Nosy's interesting.
Oh, you
Loud's
like
not
nosy
fun.
neighbours.
Loud's not
Nosy
fun.
neighbours.
I like
Okay.
sneak peekers. Sneak peekers are cool.
You get it right. You see them looking through the bathroom window.
It just helps things get.
There we go.
Well, let's move on from a solid question.
Okay. Art museum or history museum?
Well, history's a lie. Art.
It's all the controversial things are coming out now, Gary. I see them coming out. Be embarrassed or be afraid?
Shit, that's a difficult one. You know what? Sometimes I think being afraid is a good thing because it picks up your adrenaline, and being embarrassed I can get away with because I've permanently got bar rash, so that's okay.
No. And lose sleep or skip a meal?
Skip a meal.
Skip a meal. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose sleep. You get that sleep in.
No, I need it.
All right. A group hangout or a one-on-one hangout?
Depends with who. Let's be a little bit more specific. Okay.
A group
I would say group hangout. But okay, look. To be fair, most of my mates in PE are all. I mean, in Joburg, sorry, all ex-PE boys, like the Petzer brothers, Andre and Rian, and Tashi. I never spoke about Tashi, and I want to speak about Tashi still.
Tell us about Tashi. Who's Tashi? Is she the moustache person?
No. So, so I know you're on a time limit here, but when I moved to PE from Grahamstown, I mean in Grahamstown, you don't know the whole story. I started jamming at Champs. I told you about that, and then I ended up doing gigs at because of people that had heard me at Barnacles.
Yes.
Remember Barnacles?
I remember Barnacles. Yes.
Port Alfred.
Yes.
And
Port
then
Alfred.
and then I moved back to PE, but I was living in Grahamstown when I did those gigs. But anyway, I moved back to PE, resigned from the bank, and I got one or two sort of private gigs, which were thanks to Tommy Lawson's failures. And,
Tommy Lawson's bad admin.
yeah, pretty much. Tommy Lawson pretty much made me in PE, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that straight out. Tommy Lawson, that's a fact. In fact, including the fan court gig, which we're not going to get into now. But anyway, so the very first person that ever gave me a gig in PE was a young lady by the name of Tashiana Fabbri that used to own the Chili Cafe at the Brooksdale Pavilion.
I remember that place.
You remember the Chili Cafe?
Absolutely.
So-
Wayne Callis got his first gig there as well.
He did. But they played on key nights. I think they played on a Friday or whatever it was. And they had
Him
a
and
young
Marcus.
band, and that's where I met Wayne Callis for the first time, actually.
Okay.
And still a legend in my eyes. I think Wayne
We were
Callis
playing-
is brilliant.
Yes, he's brilliant. We were playing next door. We were with Eminent Child. I was playing at
Oh,
Jody's.
for goodness sakes, are you serious?
Yeah.
This is how small the world is, eh? So,
Oh, you didn't know I played with the band as well?
no, I knew you played
Oh,
with
yeah?
Eminent Child. I knew that.
Yes, yes. Yeah, no, we were next door.
I didn't know you were next door. No, I didn't know that. But that was back in, I'm talking 2001, 2002, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But anyway, Tashi, you know Tuft Warner?
I don't.
Tufty, anyway.
Tuft. Okay.
Tuft, yeah. Tyron Warner, anyway. He's a hockey coach at Woodridge, but nonetheless,
Okay.
back in those days, he was a bouncer at Castro's, or back it was actually called the Anchor still.
Yes.
And so I started this Thursday gig. Tashi gave me this Thursday gig at the Chili Cafe, and there were no people on the Thursday night. So I'd play probably like an hour or so, and I'd have like 6 people or 10 people there, and all of them were my family. They were all my family. Well, not all of them, but a few.
Yes.
But the meantime, Toby Joe's and all those places upstairs at the Brooks were
Tappers.
going strong.
With
Tappers
dogs.
and all those
Yeah.
places. And anyway, so eventually, the one night, I think the second night I played there was some guy that said, "Can I sing karaoke?" So I said to him, "You can, but you know that karaoke is a Japanese name, a word."
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, what does it stand for?" I said, "It doesn't stand for anything, but it means do us with a microphone." But long and short is, it ended up being me playing for like an hour at Chili Cafe under Tashiana Fabbri, first gig, permanent gig
Ayo.
ever in PE. I'd play for like an hour, and then like the 8 people would be bored. Then I started this like whole karaoke thing.
Yeah.
And the next thing that people started pulling in, and then 2 months later, that place was packed. Absolutely packed, jam-packed like this. And I had to buy like cheap microphones for the oaks to use because they were throwing them on the floor and all that sort of cuck.
Oh my God.
But I'd still do my hour before and my hour afterwards.
Yes.
And that's where I got my first permanent gig. It was at Chili
Wow.
Cafe, and then from there I went. This same guy I'm talking about, old Tuft Warner, Tyron Warner.
Yes.
He happened to be there the one night, and he said, "You got to come play at the Anchor," and that's how I got the gig at the Anchor. And then it all just snowballed from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you clearly had a good talent for it, you know, Glenn.
I don't know about talent.
A natural thing. The biggest party that you've ever had?
Last night.
Last night.
Actually, no. I'm joking.
I was gonna say.
Oh God, that's a difficult one actually. The biggest party I've ever had was when I was doing as part of my stint at Fancourt, and the Springboks had just won the World Cup in I think it was 2008 or 2009 or whenever it was, 2007.
Yeah, 2007 I think.
2007.
Think.
And they were all at Fancourt. Jake White and everything, and I got a Philip Putziger actually sent me. He knew I was going to be there. Philip Putziger sent me a box like this, a huge box of books that were all called in black and white, which were Jake White's memoirs.
Oh, right.
He said, "I know you're going to Fancourt, and I know they're going to be there. So please, can you ask Jake White to sign them all?"
Sign them.
And he did, and then he personalized one for me, and I sent all of those books back to Philip Putziger. Well,
From
anyway, but that night I was playing in the pub, and I sang Wonderwall with Skulk Burger playing Wonderwall in the key of C, which is the wrong key completely. I can't sing that for that song. But I did it.
It's got a whole G sequence.
I know, with a kappa on the second fret. Fret.
All right.
But Skulk Burger Junior, not senior.
Yes.
Anyway, he played it and I sang it with him. But then his dad got up and his dad played Somewhere Deep Inside. Better Be Home Soon. Better Be Home Soon. He played. Now, Skulk Burger's fingers are bigger than my ankles. Okay, I'm not even joking. Senior. And he manages to maneuver those limbs. It's like me trying to maneuver my flippin' thighs around a violin. It's not possible. But he does it. But he did it anyway. Yeah, and I ended up singing with Jake White. At Fancourt, I've sang with old Freddie Flintoff. Played golf with him the next day. A whole lot of shit that's gone on in my life.
Freddie Flintoff. Excellent.
Freddie. Yeah, great at cricket, shit at singing, 18 handicap golf.
Oh, lovely.
An average person with one talent, and that's cricket. Well, that's cool, because he's just a normal person. And that's you know what, for anyone that's listening now, that all I want to leave you guys with, and I know Gino's not going to finish this just yet, but the biggest thing in life is just be normal and be who you are, because you know what, it doesn't matter how famous you are in life, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just a pleb that posts crap on Facebook, but it doesn't matter who you are in life, and it doesn't matter how famous that person is. You're all just people, and that's all that counts.
It's true.
That's all that counts.
I often say when people say to you like how do you get out there and you know, like you control the nerves on stage. How do you get up on stage and talk? It's because people are just people. You may as well be talking one-on-one to every one of those people. They all want you to do well generally. You know? The
funny thing is, I'm nervous on every gig I go to. Even the gig at Piccolino's that I do every Sunday, and I have done for the last 3+ years. Every single week I get on stage, I'm nervous. Yeah. Whatever gig I go to, I'm nervous.
No, well, you always have that little bit of nervousness because it helps to give you a bit of you get a better show out of it, you know, because you need to have that little bit of that.
If you're not nervous, you are cocky, I think.
Yeah.
If you're not nervous, you're cocky. And I know when Gino gets on stage, and I know Gino gets on stage nervous as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Gino, this magical man. Sorry, I'm pointing to. Oh, that side.
That side.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But Gino has been an amazing inspiration in Paul Elizabethan's lives. I'm not going to say Kaibecha. I just freaking did.
There's it. You did it. Well done. You got it right. No, you know, it's like you know what I feel like. I feel like at least by having people from Eastern Cape on, I'm helping others to get through this thing, because it's hectic. I mean, I don't know if you've been depressed in this time, but a lot of musos have just been in especially the musos, just been in a hole, you know.
Now, Gino, look, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to
Yeah.
the world, because a lot of the friends that are watching at the moment will know that about 3 months ago I attempted suicide. And
I didn't know that.
So horrible.
I didn't know that.
not many people do, except
Yeah.
my close friends and family, but
Yeah.
you know, life can get tough. And
Sure, Glenn,
I was,
didn't even know
I
that,
was,
didn't know that.
no, I did, and I was lucky enough to have friends that were close by
Yeah.
that you know, kind of fixed me, and they're
Yeah.
still my friends, and they still fix me every day. But
Yeah.
you know, this is coming back to the original whole conversation about health and wellness
Yeah.
and all that sort of thing. And I turned my life around, and I
Yeah.
said, you know what? If you're not
Gotta
happy
be
with
it.
yourself, if you're not happy with yourself, you're never going to be happy
Yeah.
with anything. And that's why I turned my life around, and I've lost a bit of weight, and I've got into fitness and all that sort of thing. I'm not proud of what I tried,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
it is what happened. And I've got through it through perseverance and focus on yourself.
Yeah,
Get
I mean,
yourself
I don't.
right.
I don't like to try and analyze, because I'm no psychologist, you know, and it's but from what I mean, and you're not the only one that's been on the show that said that. We had Sia on a little while ago from the boardwalk, and he said a similar thing, and it was also very fresh. You know, it was also a month or two just before the show, and it's a hole that you get in that someone who hasn't experienced it cannot comprehend, you know.
No, you're absolutely right. But you know what? We as entertainers, I mean, you've got your show, and
Yeah.
Gino, you're amazing, by the way. I'm just going to say that.
I love you, Glenn. I love you.
No, but you are. You really are. And I watch a lot of your shows. I don't watch all of them,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah,
watch a lot
no,
of your shows, and I've
Pop
seen
on
many
and
of
have
them.
a look. Yeah.
And you know what? You're an inspiration to the Eastern Cape, actually, if I'm honest. And you're not just the Eastern Cape, to people in general, because you are who you are, and you're good at what you do. But I know you also took strain through all of this time, and probably still
Yeah,
are,
it's hectic.
especially
It's
you know.
hectic.
And I've been lucky enough to have gigs, but I'm not playing in a show band like you do, center stage, etc.
Yeah.
By the way, Gary Hemmings, Mr. Gary Hemmings, legend. Mr.
Yes.
Gary, for those of you guys that are watching, Mr. Gary Hemmings is the orchestrator of Center Stage Band.
Center stage. Absolutely.
And they haven't
No,
performed
he's-
in a while, and I'm looking forward to
works-
seeing them perform soon, whether it's
We
online
will.
or whether it's live. And I'm looking forward to that. And Mr. Gary Hemmings, you're an amazing person, actually.
Yeah.
You really are.
No, he's legend. He works like a maniac on those shows. He does. I see Haley Parker's just saying, just well done on speaking about it, because I think, you know, the communication has got to stay open for that thing to work
Yeah,
as well. Hey,
For
Glenn?
sure. Absolutely.
And you need the people around you. You need that support structure as well, you know.
You know, I was very lucky. You asked me very early on in the conversation about what I did through lockdown and I had amazing support all around the world, from the likes of Haley Parker and many, many, many others. And you know what? All you can rely on is the support of your peers. And
Yeah.
you know what, Gino, you got a great thing going here, bro. And I tell you what, I'm actually blessed to be on your show, and I thank you for that.
Well, you know, it's glad as you say that, but it's actually sometimes kept me going. It's kept me sane, almost. You know, doing the show
Absolutely.
and having. It's relentless. Like it's like every Tuesday, every Saturday, every Tuesday, every Saturday. It's like it's relentless. But at the same time, it keeps you focused to do something. So it has helped. And I mean, you did your shows online as well, and that just keeps you going. It keeps you like in touch with the world out there. As a muso, it's like hectic to when you're always used to the crowd in the pubs or wherever you are. To have this screen in front of you, and it's but at least you can still connect somehow.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, Gino, you are one of the best P-E, sorry, P-O. I'll say
yeah.
no, one of the best PE people I know. You've got a good thing going, and you expose people to whatever. You know what, man? You're amazing.
No,
You're amazing.
we get them out there. We give them a platform. I think that's what the.
I want to see a proper comedy. I remember doing the last gig I think I did with you. I say with you. I happened to be playing after you. Was at that Indian restaurant in Stanley Street or in Central somewhere. Where was it?
Yeah. Yes. I can't remember the guy's name. It was like concrete.
Krish. It was Krish.
Yes.
Krish. You did a show that night when you did your dance. You know your dance routine.
Nearly kills me every time. Yeah.
And I was watching it last night. If I'm not honest, I'm honest with you. I was watching it last night. I'm like, what the fudge? I'm fit, but I wouldn't be able to go through a dance routine like that. But what I want to say to you, Gino, is thank you for inviting me onto your show. And thank you for being what you are. You're an inspiration to the Eastern Cape and Port Elizabeth. You really are.
It's a pleasure, Glenn. I think we can end off with just the final two questions that I ask.
Oh my God!
I see. It's a Royal Delhi. That was the one. That was Haley Parker.
Yeah, that's Royal Delhi. I was Krish.
I remember. It was
yeah.
The guy was Dion Fourie. I think it was
Dion Fourie. Yeah, he's in the construction industry.
Yes, he was doing cement or something at that time.
That's it.
It was his 60th
That's the gig.
or something.
That's the last time we performed at the same gig. Yeah.
I remember that.
I do too.
Fun. Yes, you
were sweating. You were sweating quite profusely.
Yes, I was. Okay. So 3 questions to go for the last 3 questions. For the biggest accomplishment in your career so far, what would you consider the best time that you had, or the biggest accomplishment in what you've done?
Look, there's many things I could pick out and say, and gigs I've done here, or contracts I've had there and shit like that. But to be honest with you, the biggest accomplishment I've ever had is making my 2 daughters.
Yeah, the kids, eh?
I know that was a boring answer. That's a boring answer, I know. That's a boring answer, I know.
You took the boring route, Gary.
No, but that is the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth. Those are the most 2 important women in my life. And there's my 2 daughters. Thank God they're self-sufficient and don't have to play maintenance anymore.
And I see.
Now, you know what? To come back to your question, one of the biggest feats that I think that I've had was having an 8-year contract at Fancourt. For 3 to 4 months of the year. That was like a huge thing for me. I mean, it was a big thing.
Yeah.
I met so many so many famous people, from Mandela to Will Smith and whatever, many others in between. All part of the process. But that was one of the biggest accomplishments I think I achieved in my life, was getting that contract. And that was thanks to Tommy Lawson.
There you go. There we go. I think Duppet, Kate and Duppet have both. Who's Duppet 71? Says you have a special place in our hearts for Grandpa Glen.
Grandpa Glen. Oh, I think that might be Tish or Jade. One of the 2. I'm not too sure, but I think it might be one of them.
Is that one of your kids?
No, it's friends of mine from a dog park I go to quite frequently.
You go to a dog park?
Wow, I've got a dog, don't I?
Well, I know, it seems like the dog is, you know what they do? They get into your heart, those dogs, those little bastards. They do.
They do, but if they get into my arse, then there's a problem. Then they go into the
not in your arse. That's especially reserved for gerbils.
No, it's exit only. No.
All right, so somebody asked if you met Paris Hilton, Leonie.
No. Leonie knows that Paris Hilton came to Port Elizabeth.
Yes.
For the World Cup 2010, I think it was.
Yes, for the soccer.
And Paris Hilton went and met her daughter because they had been in contact on whatever platform it was. Paris Hilton went to Leonie's house. Hello, Leonie.
Oh,
there you
I
are.
see. So she's actually doing
Yes.
that. Oh,
So Paris
she
Hilton's
met
been
Paris
to.
Hilton.
I don't know where you were living, whether you were in Warmer Heights or Westring. I'm not too sure.
No,
But
just on Newton
Paris
Park.
Paris Hilton went there to meet Leonie's daughter because they
No.
were. I'm not even joking.
Like pen
Literally,
friends.
actually happened. Literally, actually
Oh my
happened.
God.
We got to give
Yeah.
her a bit more credit that we had in the past.
And that was just after she got out of jail
Oh, yes.
in Causton for smoking dacha.
Yes, no. So we've got to give Paris Hilton a little bit more credit now. Then, She got a little bit more kudos in my book.
No, listen,
If she's been to Leonie.
she'd been pen pals with Leonie's daughter for a while, and then when she came to PE after she got out of jail for marijuana or whatever it was,
Yes.
she went to go visit Leonie. Leonie, you got to help me out here with your daughter's name, because I know you got two, and I can't remember either.
Yes, I
But-
should know as well, but I can't remember.
But Leonie, anyway, Paris Hilton went to Leonie's house to go meet her daughter that she'd
Wow.
been friends
in
for.
Newton Park.
No, or Westring or
Westring,
flipping
where it
Lovemore
was.
Heights. I don't know where it is,
Where
but
it was.
some suburb in PE.
Oh, excellent. Have you
But
met
anyway,
Romy
that's what
Rasmus?
you know. What I tell you what, I'm not a big fan of Paris Hilton, but the fact that she
Okay.
took the time out to go and visit
Yes.
a pen pal at her
Yes,
home,
no, it's
at her
amazing.
home actually. That
She's
is
having a
actually
lull. Leonie's having a lull at us.
something. Yeah, Leonie knows it because Leonie met her as well.
Excellent. So Gary wants to know what your most controversial opinion is.
My most controversial opinion.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Anti-vax is one of them.
Well, okay, that's just.
We don't agree with that one, just to put it on the record.
Okay, no, I'm not going that way.
But what
I'm not
else?
going
But
that
what
way.
else? Have you got any
Okay.
other ones? Any
my-
other juicy ones?
Yeah, shit opinion. No, I don't want to do politics or religion or aliens
Okay, no.
or, you know, any of that shit. So,
Sorry? Aliens.
I can hear Gary.
Aliens. Gary's like, hey, go aliens. What's that?
I can hear Gary in the background. Okay, so if you want my true opinion,
Yes, for aliens. I want to know.
All right,
I
we
mean,
will put
obviously
you
they're
on
out
the-
there. I think they're out there.
Adam and Eve, bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aliens put us here.
Aliens put us here.
Oh yeah.
So we are like the product of an alien. Okay, that's quite controversial.
Of course we
yes.
are. No, of course we are.
Have you met these aliens?
No, but I know that I know that the Bible is edited to sort of control the human race.
Okay.
You
You said you weren't going to go religious. Now you're going all religious on us now.
Well, don't ask me that question. Because I can go on with
Okay.
this for hours. I can go
Yeah,
on for
no,
hours
this-
with this. But I won't because you know what?
Okay.
I'm a social person.
Yes, and you've learned your lessons as we go along. John Haynes says, ask Glenn if he can sing Spaceman from Fan Court days. I wonder if he know. He will know. who
Spaceman
requested
came
it.
traveling from Christaberg.
Oh, Christaberg. Is it Christaberg? I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, I can do that. I can get my guitar off the wall and sing it for you if you want.
Oh, my word, I don't know if it's going to work so well on the sound thing that we got here. But,
That's okay.
There we go. Tim Gunston's saying how's it here as well. I see.
Hello, Tim.
it's-
How you,
It
brother?
says,
Oh, geez,
enjoy
that's
the
a long
memories in
message.
your story. Yes.
Shit, I
Castro's
can't read that
days.
fast.
He
Yeah, the
said he used to
Castro's.
10 bar at Castron's and how down to earth he were, and he didn't take shit. And also to this day, I've never seen a music club tequilas and actually pick up the vibe. Be yourself. That's what you said, and he agrees with you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's,
Tim Gunston, love you, my brother. Thank you.
There's
Appreciate
it.
that.
There's
But
it.
I can play Spaceman Came Traveling for you if you want.
Oh, maybe we'll give it a go just before you go. Yeah, but there's one more. Has there ever been something that you were convinced of, which later turned out to be completely wrong? So something that you changed your mind on?
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, so you're back in there?
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
No, hang on. Let me try and think about this and give you. Okay, by the way, Gary only sent me the list of questions through like 2 minutes before the show started.
No,
so
but he invents questions as we go along, though, as well.
I
That's
know,
just one of
he's
these.
challenging, isn't he? He's challenging.
Yes, you know, he's full of shit. Yes, yes. No, I agree with that.
You know what? That's what I like, because it's got to be ad-lib. Anything?
So something that you've changed your mind of, yeah. So you're like, no, this is definitely the story, but now you're like, oh, hang on, maybe I was wrong.
Yeah, well, I thought there were aliens. So now
I thought there were aliens now, but now I'm not so sure anymore.
Well, I haven't met them yet.
or,
I can hear Gary in the background.
I didn't want to get vaccinated, but now.
But I didn't want to get vaccinated, but now I'm skimming, maybe I should.
Listen, I'll tell you what. I will never get vaccinated. Any virus that wants to try its luck in my body, good luck.
You know, it's pickled. It's pickled already. I think you may have just survived. Luckily, you're just lucky.
There's my vaccine. Okay. So
Cheers, I'll have my last little bit. And if
I
you
can
can,
see
if you
there-
can get through a bit of space, man, then we'll end off with that.
Okay,
Thank
let's
you,
go.
Glenn.
You know what,
Grab that
Gino?
guitar.
Gino,
Yeah.
before I play a song,
Yes.
I want to say thank you to you and Gary
It's
and
a
whoever
pleasure.
else is involved for
Just us.
taking the time to hear my shit.
It's
I
fantastic.
really appreciate it, guys. I really do, and I look forward to seeing you guys. I hope to see you guys when I'm down in PE at Old Grey on the 23rd.
Yes.
of
No, Glenn, this
December.
has been fantastic. It's been absolutely fantastic. The 23rd, we'll give it another punt or two as well in the future shows. It sounds like a great job, Old Grey. And,
Yeah, I think
and thank
it's-
you for coming on. Thank you for spending some time with us. It's been amazing. It's
thank
really
you,
been
guys.
enjoyable.
Thank you, guys. I know. Gary phoned me or messaged me like earlier last week and asked me, can I be on the show on the 22nd? And
Yeah.
well, obviously I got to go see my kids. I haven't seen them in a couple of years,
Yeah.
so that's why we're doing this online tonight.
Today
But,
was good.
Thank you to both of you guys and to everybody out there that's listening or took the time to listen to my shit.
Absolutely.
But, no, thank you guys. I want to grab my
And we're
guitar
gonna
quickly.
Do the guitar, and we're still going to do the competition as well. So I've got to give away a Fitch and Leeds case of Fitch and Leeds to the guys that are online.
Oh, I like
so
that.
don't disappear. I don't know. We might be able to do the thing. Can
Okay.
we do it?
Gino, while you talk about the thing, I'm
Yeah,
going to
the
go get my
thing.
guitar. I'm
Okay,
going to
get
take
your
these
guitar,
things out
yeah.
my ears.
Do it. I don't know if we can. Okay, yeah, I think Gary can do it. We'll do that. He's gonna put it up. We do a roulette wheel that goes around and around, and then it picks all the people that are online, and it chooses someone randomly, which is fantastic. But I can't see anything at the moment. There we go. All right, so I see you with your guitar. I see you. Excellent. Thank you, Wendy Swanell. Swanell. Oh, that sounds lovely. That's a nice tailor, eh?
Right, let me get
Alright.
the headphones back on.
All right. Well, you can just sing it like that. It's fine.
I can, but hang on a second. Hang on.
Because it's coming through your mic. It's beautiful.
Okay, there we go.
But I don't think you'll hear it. I don't think you'll hear it coming through there. You'll have to do it acoustically.
No, I will. Okay, so I'm going to take the headphones out so I won't hear you talk.
Yeah. So you won't have to hear you.
I'm going to add a slight little bit of delay to this, if that's okay.
Oh, that's all right. You can do that. Oh, have you got a PA system there and everything? You've got a whole story, of course.
I got my whole
You do
mixing
your
desk next to
online
me.
stuff. You know.
But yeah.
Oh,
not
there
too
we
sure.
go. Bit of reverb. Lovely.
No, that's wrong. Can you actually hear this? Hang on, I can't hear
I can.
this one.
I can hear it.
Hang on a second.
Oh yes, you got your earphones in. I
No,
can hear
just want to
it
hear if you can hear the guitar actually.
perfectly.
I'll take the earphones out when I start playing.
Okay.
Why is that sounding so wrong?
Your wire's probably hanging across your strings.
Okay, can you hear the guitar there, Gino?
I
Can you? Okay,
yes.
cool.
Spaceman kept traveling from a ship from afar. There was light here this time as his mission started. When over a village he hoped to his craft. It hung in the sky like a star, just like a star. Followed the line, came down to a shed where a mother and child were lying there on a bed. Bright light of silver shone round his head, and he had the voice of an angel. They were afraid. A stranger spoke, he said, "Do not fear. I come from a planet a long way from here, and I bring a message for mankind to hear." And suddenly the sweetest music filled the air. It went la 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 la. And peace and goodwill to all men. Love for a child. A stranger spoke, he said, "Do not fear. I come from a planet a long way from here, and I bring a message for mankind to hear." Suddenly the sweetest music filled the air, and it goes la 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 la. Peace and goodwill to all of men. Love for a child.
Oh, that's lovely, Glen. Woo. That's the one. Thank you, Glen.
Oh my God. Okay, it was a very,
That is
very
beautiful.
rustic sort of version of that song.
That is beautiful. That was lovely. That was lovely. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Glen. It's been fantastic having you on the show.
Gino, it's been amazing being on your show, man. Thank you so much. Sorry I wasn't live in the studio with you guys, but
Yeah, no,
happens that way.
We'll do it again sometime. It'll be fantastic. Paula Dobbs says that was awesome. It was great. What is
Thank you,
VOA?
Paula.
I don't know what VOA is. FYI.
Not too sure about that either, actually, if
Don't know
I'm
what
honest.
that is. Don't know what it is. I don't know what it means. Oh,
Listen,
thank
Gino,
you.
I want to say a big thank you to you and to Gary as well. I mean, amazing.
No, it's been great. Thank you so much for coming on the show and spending your time. I'm going to while we're on, we can do the competition. I think we can. Wait, let's chuck it around. Hopefully, it's nobody that's won before, because it's 90 days. That's the rule apparently. So let's have a look.
90
and
days.
See. We're going to
You sound like I'll go in.
I know. We have to do it because we've got so many bloody shows coming up. There, people can win every single week if they're fast enough on the keyboards. Normally with the songs. All right, so we got the stream here, and we do the draw. There are 52 people in there, so let's hit it. All right, you can see Quibus, I can see Sean, I can see Ed London, even in Brendan Kelly, Stuart Potgieter, Caroline Morgan, Ryan Webster is the winner.
You got to be kidding me, my brother.
That's classic. Oh, excellent. Good choice.
You got to be kidding me.
It's completely random. We do it with a computer program. So he is the winner, indeed.
Well, if I had my choice, I would choose somebody else, not my brother.
No, it's not your choice.
Nah, I
It's
love my brother.
choice, and I choose your brother. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much, Claire. That was absolutely magic. It was wonderful to have you on, and it's been great fun.
No, Gino, thank you. I'm sorry, I probably spoke too much shit. I
No,
always
not at all.
speak a
No,
lot of shit.
there's no rules with the things. Thank you, all of you, for joining us as well tonight. It's been fantastic having you all on board. And next week we'll announce the people we got some interesting guests, but we can't share it with you yet. It'll be next Tuesday and next Thursday. Thank you for joining us on Gino Spot. Thank you to Glen Webster for coming. Thank you, Glen Webster, for coming on board. Thank you to Fitch and Leeds. And thank you to Spa, as well as our wonderful internet provider. And Fat Cats, thank you so much for the food as well. Grace, you've been wonderful. And we'll see you on Tuesday. Actually, we've got the Saturday. It's going to be the rebroadcast of this show. And then we'll see you on Tuesday after that as well. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for spending the night with me.
Thank you very much. Beverly.
That's feeling. You filled up your tank with belief. Thank you for spending the night with me. Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver. Get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino Shot!
Get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle.